So this happened last night around 8:30. That's when it's just about getting dark. Young woman shot dead on Upper East Side, victim of domestic violence. According to the cops. So the young mom who was shot and killed while pushing her 3-month-old baby in a stroller on the Upper East Side was a domestic violence victim, and cops are looking to speak with the child's father in connection with the slaying, family and law enforcement sources said Thursday. The victim, identified by her mother as 20-year-old Azsia Johnson, texted relatives that she had been planning on meeting her infant's dad on Wednesday night, according to the sources. She was targeted. It was a close headshot, and there were powder burns, a high-ranking police source said. Johnson had been assaulted by her ex-boyfriend in Jamaica, Queens, about 6 months ago, while 6 months pregnant with his child. Her heartbroken mom, Lisa Desort, told the Post. Following the altercation, the source said the ex-boyfriend continued stalking and harassing her daughter. They called police for help, but he was not arrested, she claimed. See, so it's kind of interesting. Just last night I was reading, there was a Supreme Court case whereby you can't really sue the police if you call for help and somebody ends up being killed. You can't hold them accountable. The police is not there to protect you. It's there to protect the public in general, but not you, the specific person. So I know people are going to be asking, how can this be, you know? They called the police on him 6 months ago and the police did nothing, didn't arrest him. Well, I'm just letting you know right now, that's the way the law works. Supreme Court ruled. It was a woman who, she had an order of protection, and the ex-husband came back and he killed three children. Yeah. And when she sued all the way to the Supreme Court, they ruled against her. The police is under no obligation to protect you, the citizen. Yeah? So keep that in mind. So the NYPD didn't immediately return a request for comment. Law enforcement sources confirmed Johnson had previously been the victim of a domestic violence incident, and that her shooting death was domestic in nature. Wow. So if that's the case, why didn't he just stand there and give himself up? Why put the police through all this stuff looking for you, you know? If you did all this shooting. Just stay there in the scene and say, yeah, I did the shooting. Let me be nice and let you use your resources to search for other criminals. I think the police would appreciate that. So now the police gotta go on a wild goose chase looking for this guy. You know, who knows? Maybe he's in a Greyhound bus heading out of state. You never know. Probably has a bus ticket. Yeah. So this was around 8:25 p.m. Wednesday. Johnson was walking with her infant in a carriage near the corner of Lexington Avenue and East 95th Street when an assailant dressed in a black hoodie and sweatpants shot her once in the head and fled. She was brought to Metropolitan Hospital where she was pronounced dead. The child was unharmed. Desort, who was too distraught to speak by phone, called her daughter an exceptional young lady with big dreams in a text message. She worked hard and had dreams of becoming a pediatric nurse in the near future. Desort wrote. Johnson lived with her mother. See, let me stop here. I just want to say that, it's one thing to have dreams, but we live in, especially here in New York, I don't know about some of these other states in the South, where they make it hard to do anything if you're a woman, it seems, like whether Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, those states done it. But here in New York City, no young woman should say, oh, gee, I don't know anything about birth control, I don't know anything about this, and so forth. If you have dreams, the best way to deal with your dreams is to get it over with. Don't hook yourself up with punks. This guy she was with was obviously a punk. He had some criminal records and so forth. Why do you want to be with somebody like that? Why? Get yourself together. Go to school. See what you can achieve. And then after that, you can consider if you want to have a child or whatever, because she was, 20 years old? She could go still another 5 years and still be in the prime of her life to have children. There's no rush to have a baby at the age of 20. There's no need for that. None. Whatsoever. You see? But you keep seeing these things happening over and over and over. It's like, gee, what can make a guy get so upset that he wants to shoot a 22-year-old in the head in the street on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, as if she's a member of the mafia, You expect somebody in the mafia to get that kind of bold execution. Yeah, I remember like going back in time when people would go in the restaurant, shoot people in the mafia sitting there having a meal, like the Cambino family and so forth, Paul Castellano. Yeah, that kind of shocking stuff. But a regular person, a woman, 20-year-old woman walking a baby that's a few months old, and to shoot her and sneak up behind her and shoot her in the head, that doesn't make any sense. There's no logic, And then you run away, because the first thing the police are going to look for is to see, well, what's the motive? Who's most likely to commit such a crime? That's not robbery, Most people, even if you did try to rob a woman with a baby who's pushing a baby in a cart, you're going to shoot her in the back of the head, People will say, well, there was a dispute, and I heard somebody asking, where's the money? Nobody's going to do that. So, of course, the police is going to come right away, logically, and suspect it has to be a domestic dispute. That's what it comes down to. I'm going to see if I find a link with the Supreme Court rule that says that you don't have the right to protection from the police. If your husband, boyfriend, or whatever comes and kills you and you have an order of protection, you see the police, good luck, good luck.